Ever since I stepped on these grounds, it's nothing but fun, nothing but excitement, nothing but great teammates, great energy, great atmosphere, and I just continue to get better every day. OTA, that's what it's about. It's about getting better.
Really, I feel like my transition from safety to corner has really kind of helped me in terms of just knowing certain calls. Say if a moving piece on offense happens, knowing a certain call or check to get into.
Get the timing with the receivers. Nice to have Jamar back. These times during this time of year are always about team chemistry, being around the guys, getting on the field with the guys, learning how to communicate out there. So come training camp, everything fires a little faster.
Welcome on in, Houday Nation. There are a few things that are circling throughout camp that I really want to touch bases on. We have an offensive lineman playing multiple positions, a new offensive lineman, and it's got my brain buzzing on what could potentially happen or what this might be saying for one of our rookie players. And then, unfortunately, Joe Burrow, what he does and what he blesses the media with is this open, honest, direct context, this conversation, this communication. And he uses the words football, mortality, and they are going on a rampage with it. Got to talk about that. And then I also want to talk about our new star corner, or potentially star corner in Dax Hill. Let's get into it. First things first, though, I want to go ahead and do our shout out. We got a shout out from one of our amazing supporters of the channel. Happy to have you. And it is from GMMTHLT. Get real names, guys. RFF Bengals. I don't want to see screens on first down. Every single first down. It became too predictable. TOO, brother, let's get it right. And frustrating watching it not work. Other teams caught on, and a couple almost went for 6 the other way. I will never correct someone else if they... I don't know why I did that. Correcting a spell error. I won't do it again. But yes, my buddy is correct. I don't know if you guys remember. It was 2 years ago. I think it was, yes, this was Jamar's first year, and it was against Cleveland. The very first drive, either was the first drive of the game or is our first drive with the ball. We are methodically, beautifully just working that ball all the way down. And then, yes, I remember it was some dumb screen or it was like a flag route, something short. Denzel Ward jumps it and takes it to the house. I agree 100% with this guy. Like, I hate the east to west scheme. I hate it. There's been multiple times where on 4th and 1, 4th and 2, we're going east and west, whether it be a stupid toss. I hate the tosses so much. I hate that that's even a thing that we do. For whatever reason, I've never seen a toss successfully work unless it was with Chase Brown. I think I've seen him do a few good things with a toss. But yes, on 4th and 1, 4th and 2, they always want to go sideways. And I completely agree with trying to get cheap yards on first down to get yourself, maybe a 2nd and 6 and a 2nd and 7, something a little bit more manageable. Yes, that's very lazy and very predictable. I agree 100% with that comment. And let me know if anyone else agrees. And if you have something that you want to bring to the table, RFF Bengals it. But I want to go ahead and get started. It looks like our new, nice, beautiful, big, sexy pause right tackle Trent Brown is getting some right guard work. And I'm gonna say is, Alex Kappa, can you play left guard? I mean, in my wildest dreams, I think everyone pretty much is on a clear-cut conclusion that I don't think he's done. I don't think he's like over. I love Cordell Volson. I think he does a lot of great things, but he is the weakest link, goodbye. But the tough part about football, it's like, if I told you all, right? I told you all, and this is coming from a guy that really likes Cordell Volson. I like his growth. I like where he could be in year 3. I think he could actually be a legitimate guard for us. Hopefully he's getting better. But if it's left tackle Orlando Brown Jr., left guard Alex Kappa, who I think is really, really good, a good guard for us, and then Teddy K in the middle, Trent Brown or Amarius Mims and that right guard spot and the other at that right tackle spot. Like, if that is actually the, Madden, if you want to use it that way, the video game way of making the best offensive line for us, that's what we should do. 100%. We should have the 5 best offensive linemen on the field at the exact same time. And that just goes into push into the next subject of Joe Burrow's football mortality. This guy, he has been having unfortunate setbacks all the way from his rookie season against the Washington Commanders. And just seeing that live and just seeing him collapse, it gave me, I know for a fact, not even joking, it gave me some type of issues. Every time I see him back there in the pocket, I just like, dude, get rid of the ball now. That's literally what my brain does. And, he just has this long history of injuries. If you actually go back and look at everything that he had torn with that ACL injury, it was everything. It was everything. That knee was ripped to shreds. And then in 22, he tried to come back very fast. And you guys remember the calf strain, that whole thing that was being bombarded, and now he like couldn't move for like half the season. That was a frustrating moment for all of us as well. And then he has the appendix. I don't like to really mention the appendix as an injury because that's nothing that he could control. That's nothing that someone harmed him towards. That's just the human body. And then last thing's the wrist. And that's just the amount of hits that he has taken. And so if you equate all that into the better protection within the offensive line, of course, I can't remember who the guard was that blocked for him. And I think my brain says Billy Price, but I don't think it was Billy Price. I can't remember who it was, but better offensive line, that doesn't happen to Joe Burrow. Better offensive line, he doesn't have the calf strain. Actually, if we had the greatest offensive line in history while he's playing, his appendix is still going to burst. That's the unfortunate part of the whole thing. But then also, better offensive line, you don't have Davion Clowney, sacking him and putting all that weight and him messing up his wrist. My man, who is just being honest in what he feels by saying words like football mortality. And then you're going to see things like what the media is going to do, right? The media is going to take this football mortality thing and just put more pressure on us as ever. And so if there's ever one hit, the first sack he takes, it's just going to blow up and everyone's just going to bring back this football mortality thing. I just believe and hope and pray that Frank Pollock, Zach Taylor, this isn't a feelings thing with this offensive line. This is oh, hell, is Carson Palmer right? Remember Carson Palmer was always just on that, Joe Burrow needs to ask for a new organization. Joe Burrow needs to do this to not be in the Bengals. Joe Burrow should not be in Cincinnati. If Joe gets hurt again, Carson Palmer wins. Like, he's right. And I lost a lot of respect for Carson Palmer, if I'm going to be honest, when that whole transition happened. I really didn't like his commentary on Joe Burrow and him talking negatively on an organization that literally drafted him. But I just want to preface that for you guys. I just want to get you guys ready for when you go into work and maybe, your coworkers are giving you a tough ear because football mortality, you got to help Joe. We are in a way better spot with this offensive line. I truly believe that. Last year, I thought we were going to be good, but we were better. We were just better, right? We were way better than 2 years ago. If we had last year's offensive line, and this is going to hurt you guys, I'm sorry, but I'm just thinking about this in real time. If we had last year's offensive line on that last play in the Super Bowl where Quentin Spain just gets bulldozed completely by Aaron Donald, and we should have 3 guys on him and just sacks Joe Burrow, and you see Jalen Ramsey fall on the ground and Jamar Chase is just ready. That doesn't happen with last year's offensive line. And so I just hope we're getting better in that department. And then lastly, I need and want to talk about Dax Hill. This is awesome. I'm seeing great things with the film that is being shipped out through X. And I just challenge all of you to go look at Dax Hill, man. He is competing out there. He was an athlete. We've always known that this is a possibility with him being in nickel at Michigan. And then we've heard Zach Taylor say, yeah, he could play outside as well. I mean, he's just a freak athlete. He's crazy athletic. He's crazy fast. And the beautiful thing in this interview, and I think you guys need to see all the press conferences of every player because you get a lot more knowledge about that. But he prefaces, what's a great thing about him moving from safety to corner is that any of the pre-alignments, right? So any shifts, any alerts, any motions, he's already good, and when Vaughn is trying to get the corner in the right position, there's still going to be communication. They're still going to get on the same page, but Dax is 100% already going to be in a great groove to understand, okay, now I got to play this man this way because this is happening. Like, he just sees it in a way more different light. And we always see that transition work really well when we see a corner go to safety, and it's because of the perspective that they're bringing to the new position and all the pros that come with it. And I just think we have a lot of pros with Dax Hill going from safety to corner. Let me know what you guys think about anything and everything. I love talking Bengals. I love talking with you guys. RFF Bengals. Let's get active. Let's talk. Like, comment, and subscribe.